and welcome back to lesson 5. You are now halfway through our 8-lesson course, and I'm really proud of you for getting this far. So let's jump in. Today we're going to talk more about rhythm, more about notating rhythm, and more about reading rhythm. And then we're going to get you started with playing songs using the notes for rhythm instead of the letter and the dashes for holds. So I think you're going to enjoy that. So hopefully by now you're becoming an expert at knowing where the keys are. G, D, F, B. Those white key names have become vital as you play the piano. So you want to make sure you're getting really good at those if you're not. You want to be reviewing the various symbols which are in that PowerPoint until you become very comfortable with those. And we also talked about beat versus rhythm. Beat is that underlying drum, doesn't speed up, doesn't slow down. Rhythm is different with each word you sing. So it's the shorts and the longs. So nothing but the blood of Jesus would be the rhythm, and the beat would be nothing but the blood of Jesus. I think you understand that. If not, put me a comment and I'll explain it a little bit better for you. Let's talk about some new symbols and some new concepts. The next symbol that we need to know about is our measure and our bar lines. Now we had the double bar line before. He's at the end of the song. He's a thin line and a thick line. Regular bar lines, just that thin line, are all throughout the music. If you may not have ever even noticed them before, but they're there. And they separate our music into little sections called measures. So the bar lines separate the music into measures. And each one of these measures is going to have the same amount of beats in it. So how do we know how many beats there are going to be? Because different songs are different. So at the beginning of the music, you're going to see numbers like this. You might see a 4 over a 4. We call that 4/4. You might see a 3 over a 4. You might see other numbers. But this 4/4 is the most common time signature. And that top number is the one we're going to focus on, and it tells us how many beats are in each measure. It has nothing to do with how many notes there are to measure. Because, think about it, if we have quarter notes and we need 4 in our measure, we got quarter, 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 quarter. We've got 4 notes. If we have half notes, however, a half note gets 2 beats and another half note gets 2 beats. So we've got half note, half note. We've got 2 notes in our measure. What about a whole note? Whole note, hold down. We've only got 1 beat in our measure. But every one of those was 4 beats. It could be quarter, half, note, quarter. 1, 2, 3, 4. But as long as you have the same amount of beats in each measure. And this need for four full beats in a measure, if it's 4/4, is where our rests come in. And a rest comes into play when there's a part of a beat or a couple beats or a part of a beat where you don't want any music to be played. You still have to have some way to notate that so that your music can tell you, take a little pause right here, or don't play anything right here. So we have something called rests. If we had a spot where we weren't playing anything, but we didn't fill that beat with a symbol, then we wouldn't have 4 beats in the measure like you could see here. If I had 2 quarter notes and then I had a pause and then I have another quarter note, if I just wrote those in, that would only be 3, but my measure has to have all 4 beats. So it would be quarter, quarter, rest, quarter. That would make 4 beats. That would work for our time signature. So we have what's called a quarter rest, looks like this, and it lasts the same amount of time that a quarter note. So if we were clapping that beat and wondering about the rhythm, if we had like quarter, 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 during those rests, we would not play. With my younger students, I have them say shh there. So it'd be like quarter, quarter, shh, quarter, quarter, shh. So you have to think, I don't play anything during a rest. Then we have a half rest. And just like the half note, this would be 2 beats of not playing. The half rest and the whole rest are both made up of a rectangle of black. Now the half rest is above the line. It's sitting on top of the line, almost like a stool that you could sit on. You'd be halfway resting. You'd sit on the stool, put your feet on the line, you're halfway resting. So just like the half note, the half rest, half rest, half rest. It's going to be 2 beats. So if I have Let me get my beat going here. I have a half note, quarter, quarter, half note, half rest, quarter, 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 half rest, quarter. So 2 beats of not playing. And then we have the whole rest. He looks a lot like the half rest, but he's hanging down underneath the line. When I have my younger students, I turn this into a hammock with some palm trees and show them that the guy is completely resting. He's going to rest for 4 beats. He's the whole rest. He's for the whole measure. So if we're playing quarter notes and then we have a whole rest, here's my beat. We have quarter, quarter, quarter. Then we have a whole rest. Don't play. Quarter, 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 whole rest. Don't play. So 4 beats of not playing anything. One other set of things that we're going to introduce to you today, and yeah, I'm throwing a lot of things at you today, but these are all symbols that you'll need down the road. You don't need all these now. We want to start introducing them to you now so that you'll have them when you need them. Now, we talked about the beat can be fast or the beat can be slow. Well, how do you know whether to play fast or slow? Again, we're going to go back to some Italian words. Okay, we've got 5 of them for you today. So the first one is going to be largo. This is slow. This is kind of a slow tempo. Each beat is slower than a second. And in music, that seems like an eternity. The next one is andante. If you know any Latin-based languages, you know that andar is to walk. And so andante is like a walking speed. Not in a hurry, not going super slow, just kind of walking along, keeping going. Nothing super fast or slow. Then we have moderato, which is moderate or medium. This is where a lot of our songs fall. If it doesn't have any indication, then it's probably going to be a moderate song, moderato. And then we have allegro. I tell my young students that those 2 L's in the word allegro are 2 little legs running, because allegro is fast. And then we have presto, which just like, you think of presto changeo, at least I do from when I was a kid. I don't know where that came from, but presto is like super fast. So you won't see presto in your music for a long time, but you will see andante, you will see moderato, you will see allegro will be the first 3 that you'll run into in your music. So let's go to our songs for today. Our first song for this lesson is Go Taliant Rodi. And this one is on numbers. We're playing by numbers. So I don't think we even need to go over it. Just see what you can do with Go Taliant Rodi. If you have any questions or comments or problems with it, put that in the comments and I'll address them there. All right, then we're going to take Nothing But the Blood, which we first did on the black keys. Then we moved it to the white keys with finger numbers, and now we're going to play the exact same pattern on the white keys on the same spot, but we're going to use letters. So it's going to be C, 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 D, E, G, E, hold. And I would like you to say those letter names while you're playing it. Now, as you play these songs, try to keep your eyes on the music and not on your hands. It's kind of like when you type, you don't want to stare at your hands. You want to look at the thing you're supposed to be typing. Same idea with music. And you can do this. Think about when you drive. Do you have to look to find the blinker? Do you have to look to find where the brake pedal is? No, your brain just picks those things up because you've practiced them enough times. So you'll get it. It might slow you down, but you'll get it. So try to keep your eyes on the music, not on the keyboard, and say those letter names as you're playing Nothing But the Blood. You've got right hand, you've got left hand. And then we're going to add a new song, God Is So Good. Now this one looks a little bit different because we're using those notes that we have learned. Instead of letter names with dashes, we're using those notes. Now we've got the letter names on them for you. So we just need to think of how long the note lasts. So as you play these songs, we're going to have you do them saying the letter names. Another time when you play them, I want you to say the note, the kinds of notes, the quarter, quarter, the half note, or the half note dot, or the whole note hold down, okay? So help your brain learn the names of the notes and how long they are. So, and then we want to also do the words, okay? So God Is So Good is a right hand or a left hand. So let's start with the right hand. We're going to start with your thumb. If you put your 3 on E, you're going to be on the same spot on the keyboard that you've been. We're going to start with our thumbs. So here we go, saying the letters. C, C, E, D, hold, hold, hold. D, hold, D, F, E, hold, hold, hold. E, hold, E, G, F, hold, D, F, E, hold, D, hold, C, hold, hold, hold. And then we want you to do it saying the kinds of notes. So here we go, hand in the right spot, and we're going to start with a half note. Ready? Half note, quarter, quarter, whole note, hold down. Half note, quarter, quarter, whole note, hold down. Half note, quarter, quarter, half note, quarter, quarter, half note, whole note, hold down. Then you're going to do the same thing with the left hand. You're going to practice it saying the letter names. You're going to practice it saying the kinds of notes, and then it would be good also to practice it saying the words. Just sing along with it. It's really good for your brain. I hate busy work. Okay, I hate busy work. So if I'm asking you to do something, it's because it's going to help you, and it's because it's beneficial to your musical learning. So it's not just like, hey, what else can we do? No, there's real value in what happens inside your brain when you do this. So letters, kinds of notes, and the words to the song as you go through these this week. And then I'm going to throw in a bonus song for you. We've got Jingle Bells. It's always good to have a Christmas song ready. Although Jingle Bells has absolutely nothing to do with Christmas. It's a snow song, but that's beside the point. But Jingle Bells is another song you can play in your left hand or right hand. And we're going to put the letters on the notes like we did for God is So Good. This is an optional piece if you want to go ahead and pick this one up. That would be, I think, an encouragement to you. Another song that you'll be able to play. Do you realize how many songs you've got now that you know how to play, and you've only had 4 online lessons? That's amazing. All right, so when you feel like you're ready, I'll see you over in lesson 6.